Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Rockefeller. And Neo's like, young Michael, I'm Quincy Ho. Now hear the flow that broke the Da Vinci Code. I'm psycho, everything I write go together so nice. Like a wedding, make you wanna throw rice. I'm schizo, clock don't tick so right. Sometimes till the chicks go noodles. I got screws loose, I pull words out the air like Bluetooth. I'm a sandwich short of a picnic. Ignorant thoughts come across, you would swore that I written this. But I didn't, so maybe it's good to be crazy, isn't it, baby?
I wrote your name on my wall 3,000 times last night. You were on my mind.
You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I am Robin Ayers, your host, with you guys Monday through Friday. It is Thursday. It's Friday Eve. Feels good, doesn't it? Yes, I hope you have had a lovely week. And we are getting ready to go into the weekend. I want to say thank you for spending part of your week every single day here with me and Andy, on this show on the Raw Report. If you have been down with us and listening to us and you're listening on your drive home or something, first of all, I want to say thank you. But also, you are a part of the Raw Squad. Officially, you are a part of the Raw Squad. And we definitely appreciate you for tapping in. Today is no different. We got a great show lined up for you today with a wonderful contributor who we've got on the line. And it's an interesting discussion. We're setting ourselves up for a very interesting discussion. Before we do, though, let me get to a couple of these things that I want to give you guys updates on. Eve, we recently spoke about her and her in her memoir. And she just made this incredible deal. She sold her music catalog in a multi-million-dollar deal. Now, we were just talking about her being the GOAT to us. I mean, she's one of them, right? Good for her. Good for her. I don't know I don't know enough about having or owning your own music to know whether it's a good deal to hold on to it or not. Maybe it is, in her best interest to go ahead and sell it. Hey, a multi-million-dollar deal. I'm not mad at that. So good for her. Good for you, Eve. Krishan Rock, if you remember who we were talking about, she had the baby with Blueface, and they had a very, very toxic relationship. She was actually sentenced to, she did 4 months. I believe she did 4 months in jail. He's currently serving 4 years in jail. And she's been released, though. She's back with her baby, and she's so happy. And she has a different kind of light about her now. She's always been following God and a lover of God, but she's different. Something about her now is very, very different. And I like it. I like what we're seeing. She says that she's not even going to do worldly music anymore. She's going to do gospel, but she said it's going to be hood gospel. I don't know what that sounds like, but you know what, Krishan, I wish you the very best. I'm just happy that she's out. She's able to be with her son. Kids, especially that young, they need their parents. So both of his parents were in jail, and now she's reunited with him. So I'm happy about that. Well, Naomi Campbell is not happy. Okay, she has been banned she's been banned as the trustee of this fashion charity. You know who Naomi Campbell is. Of course you do. She is the supermodel who is still in the game. She is still a supermodel. She still looks amazing, by the way. Naomi Campbell, she shuts it down. She still does all the fashion weeks. And, at this point in the game, she's definitely an icon. But she's been banned as the trustee from this fashion charity, allegedly for spending the funds on luxury hotels, spas, they said security, and cigarettes. I don't know. She says that's not her. She says she's looking into it. I don't know. Would you trust, someone who had that type of lifestyle as the trustee? You would think, as a fashion charity, you would think that having her is probably a good look, but they are alleging otherwise. So we'll see what happens there. Quavo, who is of the Migos, Quavo, I saw the video, man. He slapped a valet, in a driver in 2018, and he's been ordered to pay $700,000 in damages. Can you imagine somebody slapping you? I mean, Chris Rock could have got that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? You get what I mean? You could have got that kind of money. If you're gonna get slapped by somebody who's got that kind of money, where you're now getting paid $700,000 in damages. This is kind of going towards that idea that some people become larger than life. Some people begin to believe that they're invincible and that they can do anything. Well, not so, says this guy. So now he has to pay out the pocket, and that's due like immediately. In other news, though, Hoda Kotb, she's leaving the Today Show. We love Hoda. She's leaving the Today Show after the first of the year. And she says that it's time. She turned 60 years old. She looks wonderful, by the way. But she turned 60 years old, and she wants to spend that time, that extra time, with her little ones and her family. So I respect that decision, but she will be missed for sure on the Today Show. Anyway, shall we get into the Raw Report, Andy?
Now it's time for a breakdown.
All right, let's do it. So Shannon Sharpe, Shay, Uncle Shay, he is in hot water. I don't know how I feel about this. I will give you the heads up. They call it anti-black comments that he made. He was going back and forth on a little Twitter situation. He was out there tussling with somebody. They called it anti-black comments. We will see. Let's talk about it and see if that's exactly what we feel, or if he was just being a human being and clapping back at somebody who had something to say to him. I don't know. I'm not taking sides here. I want to discuss it. We will on the other side. We're also talking about Issa Rae. Now, Issa Rae, we all know who she is. Issa Rae is an unproblematic woman out here. She's a boss. She's doing things. If you remember, she is the creator of the show Insecure, in which one of the cast members was Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales, we talk about quite a bit on this show. She, on the other hand, is seen as problematic to a lot of people. Now, they have some beef. They have had internal beef that has sort of spread out over some time, over years. It's been kind of, a known thing, but nobody really understood why. Well, Amanda Seales did talk about it on Club Shay Shay. She opened up point blank about Issa Rae. Issa Rae recently, during an interview, said that she will never work with Amanda Seales again. She didn't say her name, but she did have, she said she won't work with anybody who's on a podcast talking smack about her. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about this whole situation, where the beef actually lies, and whose onus, okay? Where does the onus fall in this situation? More than anything, I really do hate to see two black women at odds in the media. Publicly like this. I just think it's time to come together, and we just saw two women do it. We just saw, Nicki Minaj and Eve do it. That was nice. It doesn't seem to be the case with this, but we will discuss it on the other side with our wonderful contributor. Just keep listening. You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Avery Wilson, and you're watching It's Robin Ayers.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. Tabitha Smiley's new book, The Covenant with Black America, 20 years later, is now on sale everywhere. This classic text shot to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list almost 2 decades ago. If you have the original book, you will surely want to get this 20th anniversary edition with powerful new contributions from today's leading voices. This 20th anniversary edition presents a compelling blend of historical insights and contemporary urgency in this critical and unprecedented election year. Get your copy of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later today.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Don't settle for bumps, ingrowns, and itch due to dry skin. Try Venus for pubic hair and skin, the razor and regimen specifically designed for your pubic area, featuring a razor with patented irritation defense bar and skincare regimen that is dermatologist and gynecologist tested. Venus helps protect your pubic skin from shave irritation. Discover the full regimen of products at GilletteVenus.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
And joining me for this conversation today, I'm so happy that she's back on the line with us. Please welcome Cheyenne Corinne to the Rob Report. Hello to you, Cheyenne.
Hey, Robin. Happy Thursday.
Happy Friday Eve. Good to have you here.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. I'm actually pretty I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm excited to go into the weekend. So yeah, I am off to a great start today, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you today.
Oh, you know me too.
Yes. Well, you know what? And you always give such great insight to some of the things that we talk about. So I'm interested to get your take on this. Let's go ahead and get started with this conversation about Shannon Sharpe. It basically started because there was a user on Twitter, X. He accused Shannon Sharpe of failing to address the disrespect faced by the WNBA players, while it seems that he's always defending Caitlin Clark. As we know, Caitlin Clark, she came on the scene, even though she's been around for quite some time. She came on the scene, and people, she started making a lot of noise, and there was a lot of people cared for her a lot, and they protected her a lot, and they felt like a lot of these people, especially black men, namely Shannon Sharpe right now, didn't really cover the rest of the WNBA players and really only defends Caitlin Clark. Well, that man, he made a comment on Twitter, and Shannon Sharpe responded. He said, "That's your issue, not mine. I have no issue with anything I've said in regards to the WNBA and its players, past or present." Well, some woman chimed in and she says, "Oh, I'm sure you don't," meaning I'm sure you don't have a problem. Well, Shannon Sharpe kind of clapped back. I think a normal person would. He said, why are you one, or I guess he meant on, why are you on my page? Don't you have another horse to rob of his hair? Stop trying to kill my vibe. I mean, he went there straight to this girl. Now, people immediately, Cheyenne, as you can imagine, they immediately went in on him, and they're like, "Oh, now you're being anti-black. I don't know if he deserved all those comments, and people sort of attacking him for saying that. It was rude. He's saying, "Don't you have another horse to rob of his hair?" Obviously going after this seemingly black girl. She's a light-skinned black girl, has a lot of curly hair. And these days, we don't know what's a wig, a weave, or natural hair. We don't know. But, I mean, give me your thoughts. Is this just another kind of situation or a reason to sort of bash Shannon Sharpe?
I think that one thing I'm learning, I feel like the message comes across differently depending who it is. So I don't just think it was this comment of why people took it like this. I think it's because there's always been this ongoing, rumor that, well, there's been a few rumors, but one of the rumors being as though, he really doesn't date black women. Now, on his podcast, he set that record straight and was like, that is not true. But that's always been a stereotype of him. So I think it's between that and then I do think that there's a lot of disappointment around the lack of black male sports commentators that have blatantly Angel Reese is getting death threats. There's very little there should have been. I've made a statement it's just because I feel bad, have said something I feel bad sending Angel Reese love, and so I do think there could have been more that they've said, but at the same time they did come at him first. They did definitely come and attack him first. So I guess it's all fair game, but I could see why people wanted him to speak up for sure.
Do you? Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't know too much about his comments supporting Caitlin Clark and not supporting the other WNBA players. I have no comment on that just because I'm very in the dark on that. Andy, you might know. You might have some insight to it. What do you think?
Look, people be tripping for no reason. For real. Look, Shannon Sharpe is a businessman. A lot of the comments about Caitlin Clark is strictly business, right? I think a lot of people are sensitive of the fact that Caitlin Clark happens to be a white woman.
Yeah.
And and just the publicity that she's generating due to her game. From college now to the pros. And all the people are saying is look, she's the cash cow. Tap in. Put your business cap on. This ain't about race or anything. And I understand that we have historic players that's been in the WNBA for years that's been putting in the work. Shout out to Asia Wilson, the GOAT right now. Shout out to her. But for whatever reason, the media wasn't talking about Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces prior to that.
Yep.
Is that a Shannon Sharpe situation? You know what I'm saying? So,
but can I ask this? And Cheyenne, you feel free to jump in on this as well. But do you feel like once you become aware that people are starting to say you're giving a lot of press, a lot of great support to this particular woman, and people are making it a racial issue, even though it may not be from your standpoint? Like you said, Shannon Sharpe is just coming. He's just coming across for business, right? But you're understanding that the climate out there is a racial climate. People are starting to pay attention to that, and they're calling you out for your lack of support to black women. Do you feel like then it becomes sort of a responsibility to then make some positive remarks towards black WNBA players? Andy?
If you follow Shannon Sharpe and you've been watching him since First Take, since Undisputed, Club Shay Shay or whatnot, before this whole WNBA situation has happened, he's always talked big about, if you're great, he's going to talk big about you. He's talked about Serena Williams when Colin Kaepernick was going through his situation. Now, that was the voice of reason to be listening to at the time when the Kaepernick situation was going on and whatnot. So it's selective outrage. That's all it is.
Okay, Cheyenne, what do you think?
I think that I don't have a problem with her. People know that she's the cash cow. Whatever she is doing, she doesn't only have the game, but she has something that appeals to a lot of people who watch sports, and it crosses racial lines. I don't have a problem with that. But my thing is, once it's the point that people are being racist on her behalf, and that's not her. She's made statements about it. But once people are being racial towards other players, they started demonizing Angel as soon as she did the flashing of the things, and it became a racial thing, not because of Angel fans. it became a way for a lot of Caitlin Clark fans to be racist against Angel. So outside of the game, I do feel like if you are a sports commentator, and I used to be a sports commentator, I can't imagine seeing someone who's 20, she's a kid, getting all of these racist attacks and not saying anything.
I do agree with you. To Andy's point about, you were listing out some of the men, right? That Shannon Sharpe, black men. Is that what the point was, Andy? You were saying, like, when you talked about Colin Kaepernick, you were talking about his support of black men?
He's in support, period. Like when Serena Williams was doing this thing, you know what I'm saying? He would big up Serena Williams as well, too.
I think the point here is that, and this is in no knock to Shannon Sharpe or anybody else for that matter. I think really what the point is, this has been a conversation, and we've been talking about this for a while. Where was everybody talking about the WNBA as a whole, right? Nobody was talking about it until recently, and they feel like a lot of that was because of Caitlin Clark. I know we're talking about she's a cash cow. We're all kind of utilizing that term, and I get it, and that could be true. But people are saying, while we're here, right? While we're here talking about this, where is the support of black women? But putting that to the side, this comment that he made about this whole go and rob another horse for their hair type thing. Does this sort of perpetuate that whole narrative against like him? Well, he doesn't date black women, or is it just something that I couldn't imagine being that girl on the other side of that comment, by the way. I would be like, are you kidding me? For your millions of followers to see you clowning me like that? I couldn't imagine it. But where do you sit with that? Obviously it's a wrong comment, and all she really said, I'm not giving her a pass, but she says, after he says, I don't have a problem with any of the comments that I've made about any of the players, past or present, she says, oh, I'm sure you don't. And that caused him to come back and come for her little, her hair comment.
Yeah.
So where do you sit with that, Cheyenne?
I think there is a difference between attacking someone's work versus attacking someone. And that means their appearance, who they are. Like, someone can attack me as a journalist. Like, journalists get attacked all the time. That's one thing. But then if you start talking about my hair, my body, that's different. When you are a public figure, your work is to be critiqued. That's a part of art. But if critique my work, critique my tweets or, critique what I said, but that's a whole different category of starting to, critique someone's hair. Not saying one is worse, but they're two different things. And then also, we all know that that's like an anti-black kind of thing that people say, that's always been assuming black girls' hair is fake. Where my best friend is a white girl, and she has more weave in her hair than me, so it is it is a stereotype, but I don't know if that speaks to anything about who he is as a person.
Yeah, it makes sense. Andy?
It's Twitter. Once again, if you follow Shannon Sharpe, he claps back at everybody. And if you see the comments directed towards him a lot of the times, you would be anti-black as well too.
I hear what you're saying, Cheyenne. It's sort of I say something regarding your work, as you just mentioned, and then you say something about my nose. I can't do anything about my nose. Why are you coming for my nose? It's but Andy feels like it's just, this is what you do on Twitter. Number one, there's a lot of trolls on Twitter. We know that.
There are.
But then at the same time, to Shannon Sharpe's side, to his credit, I couldn't imagine also being in that type of limelight, because as we know, as soon as the Club Shay Shay happened, or as soon as that came out, and especially the Cat Williams thing, that took it to another level. So we're talking about the entire year, because that happened in January. So imagine that type of light that he's under. People are coming at him because of his sexual preference, assuming, by the way, no one knows, but people are assuming his sexual preference. Again, this narrative of him not liking black women, or not dating black women rather, and all the other things, the way he dresses. People come for him for everything, the way he talks. They say he's country.
I feel like he's going through it right now. Like, I really think that he may be, like, going through it. Like, seriously, like, I feel like he is, like, one more incident away from, like, doing a Will Smith slap to somebody. Like, you know, like, he's, like, had it. Like, we see it in, like, this, like, you know, this latest, you know, tweet, and he's, like, warning people, like, yo, I'm about to, like...
I'm about to reach back. I'm about to reach back.
Remember, he just embarrassed himself, too.
He did just
Michelle,
embarrass himself. Yeah,
I mean,
he's on edge. You know, he is on edge. And I gotta say this though. I mean, literally, here's the thing. Here's where I battle with it though, because people say things to me. Like, I'm actually having a little Twitter. It's not Twitter. I'm on Threads, but I'm having a little back and forth on Threads right now from someone who is just. We're having regular dialogue, but people are kind of coming for me a little bit off of something that I said. And I have a hard time. Like,
you want me to fight them?
Come on, let's go. I mean, if you and me, let's go, Cheyenne. I'll send you the thread, and me and you can just jump in there. Let me find out. We having thread battles, Twitter battles with people.
Okay.
She got my back. But so I feel like it's hard for me. There's things that I want to say. There's things that I actually want to say, but then I remember, okay, I have to be professional. I do represent, you know, other companies and things like that. And so I just don't want to put things out there myself. So I can only imagine how he must feel with the 10 times as, you know, popular or famous or the spotlight or whatever. I'm sure he does want to clap back, but I kind of feel like you do have to represent still yourself. You still got to be careful, at least with your words. And I'm sure that you will agree on that. Let's continue this conversation on the other side. Meanwhile, I might send Cheyenne the link, you know what I'm saying, in Threads, and we could get it busy. We could get active in those Thread streets. Okay, I'm just playing, y'all. When we come forward, we will continue this conversation. We're also going to break down this whole Issa Rae and Amanda Seales situation, whatever is going on there. We want love. At the end of the day, we want love and peace. We will talk about it on the other side. Right now, though, we've got news, traffic, and sports. You are listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, BB, and you're listening to me on The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of The Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says he'll continue to lead the city despite being indicted on federal charges, but he could be forced out. Governor Kathy Hochul has the authority to remove Adams from office since he's been slapped with criminal charges. A so-called inability committee could also form a panel of the entire city council, and Adams, who is black, could be pushed out if 2/3 of its members agree to remove him. If either of those moves happen, or if Adams actually steps down, public advocate Jumaane Williams will become acting mayor. Donald Trump's lawyers were in a New York City appeals court as they attempt to overturn a $489 million civil fraud verdict against him. It's the case involving the Trump Organization, in which the former president and his 2 sons were found guilty of falsifying business records to get Sweetheart Bank and insurance deals. The interest is accrued at a rate of about $112,000 per day while Trump appeals. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Stop traffic in Carson is over 2 hours from Santa Monica Boulevard as an accident remains on the right shoulder of the 405 South at Avalon Boulevard. Hollywood's 101 North after Cahuenga Boulevard. Expect a 30-minute backup from the 5 as an accident in the Center Divide. More heavy traffic continues in Irvine over 40 minutes on the 5 North between Jeffrey and Ball Road. Culver City's traffic continues up to about 50 to 55 minutes on the 405 North between Highway 90 and Nordoff Street. More heavy delays continue for those in Costa Mesa that remain slow ahead from Chapman to the 91 on the 55 North between the 405 and 17th Street. Right now, you're looking at 15 to 20 minutes of a backup.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Is this the time? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Even though Reggie Bush got his Heisman Trophy back from the NCAA, the former USC star is filing a lawsuit against the NCAA, the Pac-12 Conference, and USC. Bush is seeking compensation for name, image, and likeness money he feels he would have earned while at USC from 2002 to 2005. There was no NIL back then, but Bush and his attorneys believe the NCAA, Pac-12, and USC benefited from his popularity. Bush was forced to give up his Heisman Trophy in 2010 for receiving improper benefits when he was at USC. The WNBA's Final Four is set. The best of 3 semifinals begin on Sunday. The defending champion Las Vegas Aces meet up with the New York Liberty. The Minnesota Lynx and Connecticut Sun are in the other semifinal. It will be interesting to see how the WNBA TV ratings hold up without Caitlin Clark. Clark and her Indiana Fever team were eliminated by Connecticut Wednesday night. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're invited to join KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress for a vice presidential debate watch party featuring Governor Tim Walz versus Senator J.D. Vance, Tuesday, October 1st at 6 p.m., immediately following the debate. Broadcast live here on KBLA Talk 1580. There will be a live panel discussion. Refreshments will be served and seating is limited, so RSVP right away at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Single Moms Planet is a nonprofit organization dedicated to uplifting under-resourced single mom business owners and working mothers nationwide. Single Moms Planet offers comprehensive programs of financial literacy, business development, mentorship, and entrepreneurial training. They provide education, accountability, and hope. Single Moms Planet was founded by model, TV personality, and producer Nefertari Plessy. Nefertari felt firsthand the challenges that face single moms as she was raised by a working single mother. She learned that the most disadvantaged group in the United States are single mom families. According to the U.S. Census, 30% live under the poverty line. So she decided to do something about it, along with co-founder Cole Patterson. Their goal is to end the poverty cycle in single mother households through education, opportunity, and networking, providing family and child enrichment programs for under-resourced single-parent families. Single Moms Planet serves over 10,000 single moms and their children each year. Studies show that business development and financial literacy provide a positive environment for children and families, exposing them to new possibilities and opportunities. To attend one of their fun events, make a donation, or get more information, or if you need help as a single mom, please visit singlemomsplanet.org. That's singlemomsplanet.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Boy, stop.
It's about to be a girl fight.
Hey, some new, Brooke Valentine. What? Big boy. Well, look, Judge. Yeah, 1, 2. Sending this one out to all the ladies that got beef with another one. Just walk to that, tell her what you tell her. What? Girl fight. We about to swing the day. We about to go to war. We about to swing the day. It's about to be a war.
Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. If you don't know, I say this every day, but Andy don't miss. Andy just don't miss. Shout out to Brooke Valentine. That song right there is called Girl Fight. And yes, we are talking about, we're getting ready to talk about what seems to be this girl fight in the public with Issa Rae and Amanda Seales. My goodness, this is a years-long feud that hopefully will someday, kind of be resolved. Andy, what's up?
That song was also for you, too.
Oh, because, I was going to say that, too. Me and Cheyenne, you know what I'm saying? We're on the phone with Cheyenne Corinne. It's my girl. You know what I'm saying? Cheyenne and me, you know what I'm saying? We might jump into them thread streets and you know what I'm saying?
They're not about to jump you.
I know that's right. That's my girl.
Questions about threads. For, an individual who's not on threads.
Yeah.
I mean, is it kind of like, I know it's similar to Twitter.
Yep.
Is it as grimy as Twitter?
No, it's actually, and Cheyenne, you tell me your experience, but it is very welcoming. It is warm. It is encouraging. It's supportive. I feel that people, congratulate others. And it's, I don't know. I feel like it's a really great place. That's been my experience so far. I've seen a few things that I'm not liking, couple of things, but that's new. Cheyenne, what's your experience?
I really don't use threads. Like, when it first came out, I, wrote a few threads, but I don't know. But it seemed different. It seemed a little quieter. But, no, I have to maybe get back into it.
Yeah, it's really nice. If y'all are interested in why I'm going, I'm throwing up my bows on threads. There's a woman who decided, she says, I have a Diddy story. And she tells a story about her husband who was a videographer for Diddy years ago. She says when she first met him, he was in film school. Shortly after they got married, he was hired for $300 to videotape like a pop-up shop for Diddy. This was years ago. And she says that he did the job. And he sent in the work, and he never got paid and got ghosted. And she's basically blaming Diddy for him not paying the money. Well, she says that wherever that video showed up on all the social media platforms, she basically harassed them. And she says, great video. It'll be nice if you paid the person who filmed it. And finally, I guess they wound up sending him a check for $300. But that was her Diddy story. And I basically felt like that was clout chasing. I felt like, that's not a real Diddy story. And you're only bringing this up now after years because you want to be included. And of course, this post that she makes, because Diddy is a hot topic right now, it's getting tens of thousands of views and, thousands of comments at this point. And, I shared my thoughts, and that's why people are saying that's not clout chasing. It's a real thing that happened to her. It could be true as all get out. It's clout chasing. If you're trying to do something that's trying to seek attention to gain any sort of attention or popularity off of a trending topic, whether it be a something that happened or a celebrity or something popular that's trending, and you're on the bandwagon and you're trying to tell your story that doesn't even really amount to that much of a story, then you are clout chasing, in my opinion. And so that's why we're fighting Cheyenne in threads, if you down.
I'm on your side.
Okay. I appreciate you, Cheyenne. Let's go ahead and talk about these two other ladies who are fighting, and we don't like it. So again, as I mentioned, there is a long-standing feud. It was sort of sizzling for a little bit, and then it became a little bit more public in 2019 after Amanda Seales says that she was kicked out of an Emmys party. But just to go back a little bit, Issa Rae, as we know, she's the creator of Insecure, the show, but she's also got multi deals with Netflix and other. I mean, she's an executive producer as well and writer. She's doing big things. Well, she was running the show. It's her show on Insecure, and Amanda Seales was one of the cast members. Well, there was a rumor that Amanda Seales was a mean girl on set. Well, Amanda Seales went to Club Shay. Speaking of Shannon Sharpe, she went on his Club Shay Shay, and she tried to address this entire thing. She was like, that's a false narrative. She basically said, how can I be a mean girl when this isn't even my set? I'm not the boss here. This isn't my set. How can I be a mean girl? but that was the rumor. I'm sure you've heard, Cheyenne, as well. Again, everybody kind of said that. Turns out when she was kicked out of this Emmys party, it turned out to be Issa Rae's publicist, Vanessa Anderson, who kicked her out of this party. And Issa recently talked about, hey, I just wanted, Amanda and Vanessa to work it out. I just wanted the two of them to work it out together. It's just turning into this big, messy, again, years-long thing. And now Issa Rae is basically saying she doesn't want to work with Amanda Seales anymore. I think she sees the fact that she went on Club Shay Shay and talked about all their business. I think she sees that as a problem and messy, and she just doesn't want any parts of it. Where do you side? There are some people who are like, yeah, Issa is the boss here. She's the boss. She should have sort of nipped it in the bud if there was a problem with her publicist, Vanessa, and her employee, so to speak, Amanda. Where do you sit with this?
I hate this because I really do like both of them. And I feel like in this situation, it's giving that they both can just be like, you know what? I was wrong. You were wrong. You feel like this. Like, I don't see anything that's standing out that really is making me like feel like one person was wrong and one person was right. I think that they both somehow contributed to this. I do think Issa, as an employer in that position, she did have a job to de-escalate the situation. And it seems like what she said, she kind of just was letting them handle it. But that's what you can do when you're just a castmate. But it's completely different when, you're the boss. So, yeah, that's what I think. And I can imagine that Amanda, I like her a lot too, but I can also imagine she probably did something to really, really annoy Issa to get her to that point too. Just me being a fan, I'm sure I can tell Amanda can do that for people. So Issa probably was being a little like, you know what, she a pain in my behind. Let me just leave her to, kind of get handled.
I hear that. Issa and Vanessa go way back. Before Issa was even, before Insecure was a thing, before the world knew about it, Vanessa was on her team. And so I believe that they're friends as well. I do believe that she could have had a little bit more to do with the situation rather than taking her hands off of it. So I will say that. But I do also think that she was kind of low-key siding with Vanessa, being that probably also having an issue with Amanda. She was probably siding with Vanessa. But I guess more than anything, we keep hearing, and I know that you've heard this, we keep hearing about Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales. Why don't people like Amanda Seales? Is it that she's too strong? Is it that she's too vocal about her opinions? I mean, this woman she's very smart. We know that. We've talked about it on this show. And we just can't seem to really put our finger on it. We can't even speak to the situation that happened between the two of them or this mean girl narrative being on set. But do you feel like we should start looking at the common denominator here, that it is Amanda Seales? I don't know.
I considered that. I definitely considered that. But then, I don't know, throughout life, like, that person that people think is crazy, like, usually sometimes people try to make them out as being crazy because they making too much sense. Like, I mean, for instance, people don't like Cat Williams either, but like, calling him crazy all these years, but he's a truth teller. So it's like, yeah, that you are the common denominator, but then at the same time, in like this situation, we haven't heard anything so far of like of her really, really doing anything concrete either,
Yeah.
Except telling the truth about stuff. That's what it seems like everybody, like, I haven't heard her do anything horrible yet.
That's true. I think Pretty Brown Mimi here says, she says it, I think, in a way that I can resonate with. She says, I like both Issa and Amanda's artistry, but Amanda is also super political, and sometimes it's a bit too much for my taste. I think what it is that Amanda is a little bit too much for some people's taste. She's an acquired taste, and that might be more so what it is. I've also said this of Amanda. I've said it of other people on this show as well, that sometimes it could come across, and some people don't like when I say it, but I do believe that she knows she's smart. Other people know she's a brilliant woman, but sometimes it could come off as though she's weaponizing her intelligence against people to make them feel smaller. And I think oftentimes that may be what, how she comes across that people don't like. That's from my standpoint.
Yeah, because she is very, very intelligent. And I do think sometimes with the more, like, intelligent you are, they say there's a thin line between, like, being a genius and, like, insane. Like, I think that with people like that, they usually don't have a lot of, not a lot of friends, but it's not easy for them to make friends.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
true.
And she also said, I don't know, she also said that, what did she say she had? What did she say she had? Autism. Remember during the interview she said she had autism? So I'm like, I don't know. Socially, she may struggle making friends.
She could. I think she could. I can totally see that being the case. I remember even that turning into a thing because Shannon Sharpe asked her if she was medically diagnosed, and she went in. She was like, "You don't have to. You don't know." Andy, what's up?
She needs some lessons with April Mason.
Oh, April Mason, who is the feminine. She's a friend of us and friend of our show. She truly walks in her femininity. So you think that Amanda Seales needs lessons on how to maybe tone down the masculinity?
But the thing is she always got a man, though. Like, she always got a man.
She stayed with a man. She stayed with a man.
Like, she stayed with a man, so I don't know.
Men like the crazies,
They do.
Maybe it's the female friends. Maybe it's the female friends. Is that what it is? I think that could be it. I don't necessarily. And then some men too, who are not in a relationship with her, do see her as a little bit more walking in her masculine energy, and they are a little bit more turned off by that.
It's like, be sweet, crack a smile, be goofy a little bit. Not everything has to be serious. It seems like you always want to buck at somebody. Like, just chill. I just want to hang out.
Go to a movie. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's fair. Well, I have to. We were talking about this before we say goodbye to our lovely Cheyenne Corinne. Let me ask you: do you feel that society unconsciously promotes people only to tear them down? I feel like kind of that might be what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. Like, we let him get too high up, now we got to tear him down.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it's just a part of it. I feel like if you are in that position, like they probably were bracing for it, because we just see it happen time after time. I don't know why, but I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we. Well, yeah, I guess we are the ones that build them up.
Yeah. I feel like it's true, but I also think people can make a comeback from that. Kevin Hart was he was that guy. He was sort of the epitome of that.
Yeah.
We definitely promoted him, and he became super successful, and people tore him down, and they couldn't wait to tear him down. Tyler Perry is another, and we're beginning to see people, kind of rise back up, and see Kevin Hart rise back up. Did y'all see him chocolate drop, take over Usher's concert? Start singing?
No, I didn't.
Okay, check it out. It's on all the social media platforms. Anyway, Cheyenne, great talking to you as always. I appreciate you joining me today. Let everybody know where they can keep up with you online.
Sure, on all social media platforms at Cheyenne, CHEYENNE, Corinne, CORIN.
Well, we appreciate you. I also appreciate you for having my back. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I got you, girl.
Enjoy your night.
Bye.
Okay. Well, when we come forward, we will play a Who's Got Next? Another one right for you. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
What's up, people? It's your boy Harmony H. Money Samuels, and I'm here on the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. What's up?
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Looking for a purposeful and passionate way to make a difference in your community? Volunteer with our Senior Medicare Patrol and help prevent Medicare fraud. S&P volunteers work in their community educating peers about healthcare fraud and how to prevent and detect it. Free training starts soon. Check us out online or at an S&P open house near you. We're on a mission to stop fraud. Join our team. You make a difference. Visit ca-smp-volunteer.org. With reported hate crimes rising in recent years, California has responded through outreach efforts across state government and in collaboration with community-based organizations for the launch of CA versus Hate. This non-emergency, multilingual hate crime and incident reporting hotline provides an anonymous reporting option for victims and witnesses of hate acts reported in 15 different languages through the online portal and in over 200 languages when calling the hotline. Report anonymously by calling 833-866-4283 Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or online at any time at cavshate.org.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Pretty Brown Mimi says if Kevin Hart is going to do his chocolate drop, I'm going to need him to work on his rapping. Or is it just me? I feel like did Kevin Hart put out a song by his chocolate drop? That's his alter ego. I feel like he put out a song as a joke. I'm not sure. I don't know. But he did this, again, as an alter ego type thing. It's funny, if you let me tell it. And I'm not sure that he wants to... Oh, he did a cipher. It was actually pretty good. I don't know who else he was. I mean, he was in this cipher with real rappers.
I thought it was the cast of The Real Husbands of Hollywood.
No, this was a recent cipher. Oh my gosh, if we could find that. Because truth be told, Kevin Hart is actually nice. All right. Like, I don't know what it is. And I don't know if he's got people writing it for him. As we know, he got people writing his jokes.
We can play a little something from him.
Okay, let's play a little chocolate drop.
I don't know which one. I'm just picking something random. Let's
random.
Check it
All
out.
right, let's just see if what I think is right, what I think is correct, and that he's got a little bit of skill as chocolate drop. Okay. Is this it, Andy? Okay, here we go.
Would you love me, baby, if it all falls down, would you love me, rely on you to come through when I called your phone. See, plenty people left when they told me they stay forever. That's why I'm not convinced when you tell me that we're together. You could be in my life cause I'm famous and on my feet. Would you like me if I was working at CVS up the street with a 9 to 5 every night and 2 babies 1 month apart? But I still have your support if I never sold on these charts. That's hypothetical. I love you like my edibles. You hate when I get high, but I'm just feeling low and sad. I've been paranoid. It's colder than North Dakota. Well, they still think I'm hot if I drove in this blue Toyota. I got shit bottled up, so I'm sipping slow while I'm staring. Can't fuck nobody new till I fuck with them for their spirit. I need someone that can hold me up to the end. If shit get real heavy, just have me through thick and thin. Would you love me?
Come on, chocolate drop.
If it all falls down.
This is Kevin Hart, Chocolate Drop featuring Tink.
Would you love me, baby? If it all falls down, if it all falls down. Plane ride, thinking about the places I've been. I need a week away from life to fix the mess that I'm in.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
But this is, maybe he's coming after.
It's off the album. I'm trying to fast forward real quick.
Alright, I'm trying to see if my theory is right, y'all. I'm trying to see if, Chocolate Drop actually got some skills, but Andy's gonna try to see if he can find it. I don't know. That was the whole song? Okay, they lied in the credits. Y'all. I'm sorry about that. Well, we ain't gonna hear. Maybe later, maybe another time, or you can find it yourself. I kid you not. Kevin Hart is actually pretty good as Chocolate Drop. But he did take over a song. He tried to do one of the songs with, Usher on his tour. And it was funny. It was funny. That's what he does. He's a comedian. All right. As it stands, 78% of you all say that, this is what we do. We build people up only to tear them down. And I would agree wholeheartedly with all of you. Well, we want to thank Cheyenne Corinne for another great show. That was wonderful. And so happy to have her back on this show. I appreciate you, Rod Squad. I appreciate you guys for coming through and, engaging with us as always. You already know who's up next, though. It's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, coming with a fire show because that's exactly how he gets down. Tonight, though, he is talking psychic security. Ooh-wee, an intriguing look into the process of establishing healthy relationship boundaries with someone who is ESP sensitive or skilled in the practice of remote viewing. Wow. Y'all, you in for something nice. Well, listen, I appreciate you all. We are right back at it tomorrow, Friday. So join me here. We're going to turn up a little bit. Maybe we'll have Chocolate Drop. All right, anyway, my name is Robin Ayers, your host. And remember today and every single day forward to be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Vice President Kamala Harris is set to make her first trip to the southern border since becoming the Democratic nominee for president. Harris will visit Douglas, Arizona on Friday as polling numbers show immigration and border security are weak points in her campaign. Polls have shown she trails former President Trump on the issue, with Harris speaking about how she's going to push the, quote, toughest bipartisan border security plan in a generation, end quote, according to a campaign aide. A Haitian nonprofit